What if you could stop your dog from grabbing your food, your shoe, or something dangerous? Not by yelling, but with a single quiet word? You're holding a sandwich. Your dog's eyes lock onto it. You see the focus, the tension in their body, they're about to lunge. You shout, "No, leave it." But it's too late. They've already snatched it and run off. Sound familiar? For most dog owners, getting a dog to reliably leave something alone feels like an endless battle. But what if I told you there's a way to teach this, not in weeks, but in minutes? And it doesn't involve force, fear, or frustration. It works by tapping into your dog's natural instincts and turning their self-control into a game they actually want to play. Let's break down how it's done. First, you need to understand why the usual methods fail. When we yell, "Leave it," we're often too late. The dog is already in high drive mode, excited, focused, ready to grab. At that moment, their brain isn't listening to words. It's listening to impulse. So trying to train in that high-stakes moment is like trying to teach someone to swim while they're drowning. It just doesn't work. The secret isn't to practice when your dog is already fixated. It's to build the skill when they're calm, focused, and curious. You start with something they don't really care about, not your steak, not the squeaky toy, something boring. A piece of dry kibble, for example. You'll need two types of treats, low-value ones and high-value ones. The boring kibble is your bait. The delicious chicken or cheese is your reward. Here's the drill. Sit with your dog in a quiet room with no distractions. Hold the boring treat in your closed fist. Let your dog sniff it, paw at it, even lick your hand. Ignore all that. Wait. The moment your dog pulls back, even an inch, or looks away from your hand, you say yes, in a bright, happy voice, and immediately give them the high-value treat from your other hand. You're not saying leave it yet. You're letting them figure out that ignoring the boring thing makes amazing things happen. Repeat this 5 to 10 times. Soon, your dog will realize that the closed fist isn't the prize. The real prize comes when they choose to disengage. Once they're consistently pulling back from your closed hand, you add the cue. Just before you present your closed fist, you say calmly and clearly, "Leave it." Then do the same exercise. They sniff, they think, they back off, you mark with yes, and reward with the high-value treat. You're pairing the words with the action they've already learned. Now up the difficulty. Place the boring treat on the floor and cover it lightly with your hand. Say leave it. If they go for it, cover it completely. Wait. The second they look up at you or back away, yes, and reward from your hand. You're teaching them that the treat on the floor isn't available, but listening to you is. After a few successes, try it without covering the treat. Just have your hand nearby, ready to cover it if they lunge. Most dogs will glance at the treat, then immediately look to you for the reward. That's the magic moment. You've just trained them to choose you over temptation. Now, here's where people usually stop. But if you stop here, the command will only work with kibble on the floor in your quiet living room. To make it bulletproof, you have to generalize it. That means practicing in different places, the kitchen, the yard, on walks, with different items, a toy, a sock, a leaf, and with different levels of temptation. Always set your dog up for success. If they fail, go back a step. Make it easier. The goal isn't to test them, but to build a habit so strong that even in high distraction moments, leave it triggers an automatic pause. The beautiful thing about this method is that it builds impulse control without confrontation. Your dog isn't obeying because they're scared of you. They're cooperating because it's rewarding. They learn that self-control pays better than stealing. Over time, you won't even need the high-value treats every time. The act of choosing to listen becomes its own reward. But remember, this isn't a one-and-done lesson. Practice for just 2 minutes multiple times a day. Short, positive sessions work far better than one long, frustrating one. In less than a week, you'll have a dog that hears "leave it" and pauses, looks to you, and waits for what comes next. Whether it's a chicken bone on the sidewalk or your pizza on the coffee table, that moment of hesitation could save their life or your favorite shoes. What's the one thing your dog just won't leave alone? Share your story in the comments. I might feature it in an upcoming training breakdown.